Welcome to Healing Step to Wellness. I'm Dr. J.
I'm May.
You're a trusted guide to whole person health, one step
and one bite at a time.
Today, we have the honor to have Dr. Paul Mee with us.
Wow, I have been waiting for this moment for several months. I'm so happy, so grateful that he finally say yes.
Okay, Paul, before we start, can you give us a brief introduction of yourself? What you're doing, what type of research, anything like that? Any background for us?
Yes, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Paul Min. I work in Mayo Clinic. I'm a neuroscientist. I usually scan brains and figure out how aging happens and how to early detect dementia so we can do an early intervention. So my job is to see the brain and how it functions. I majored that for a long time.
It's kind of scary. Can you tell us how you scan it with your eyes?
we scan it with a machine.
Oh,
we
okay.
call it MRI machine,
Okay.
magnetic resonance imaging. And then another machine we use is PET, positron emission tomography. The MRI can measure the anatomy, like taking a picture, a screenshot, whether the shape of the brain is looking healthy. And the PET can measure the molecule function of the brain and see if the function is doing good in the brain too. So we call that non-invasive imaging. Yeah.
Started my fellowship there. So it's a few years ago. Yeah, I still remember visiting the PET scan center there. Yeah, that's pretty neat technology.
I think we lost.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I think the connection was...
Yeah, the connection was it's okay.
So let's talk about breathing today. That's our main topic, breathing. Well, let's start with what inspired you to explore breathing practice as part of a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, when I was like right after college, 24, 25, I was continuously doing my study and I was always feeling tired and couldn't focus well. So that's how its life is. It wasn't nothing special. So one of my friend recommended to do breathing practice. It's called Seokmunho program. And I just went there and instantly I felt fatigue going away. That day, for a few days at least, I can focus better. So it was very fascinating, and that's how I started it. Yes.
Yeah. So let's take a step back. Can you explain what Sokum is and the whole breathing technique?
Yeah, Seokmunho program is a program you kind of find your centerness in your lower belly and focus on there and do a low abdominal breathing. And then by learning how to find the centerness and how to do a deep, slow, and fine breathing, you kind of slowly tap into your body, emotion, and spiritual and achieve harmony. And eventually it's bringing in the balance of more deeper meaning, finding more deeper meaning, like a divine harmony. Yes.
So Paul, would you please help us dive even deeper about what does the Soukman practice look like? And, so we can all understand this, like it's a yoga practice.
Yeah, so it has multiple sub-programs in it. So when you join in, you do the warm-up exercise first, like relaxing, stretching your body. That's about 7 minutes. And then You do a program called Hengong. It's putting postures, making postures. Each posture will trigger a different body posture and a different breathing pattern. And it sets you up to get ready for the main breathing. And then we go into the main breathing. That's about 36 minutes. And main breathing, there's multiple levels. So every level has a different task. Level 1 is centering yourself and finding the danjeon. Danjeon is an energy center in your lower belly at the seokmun point. So usually they put a fingertip at the seokmun point and gently focus on there. And then finally do a recovery exercise, recovery stretching. So they do a recovery stretching afterwards. So that's the full program, and it's a very beautiful program, easy to do. But once you do it, it really taps into your mind and body and wholeness. So yeah, that's the program. Yeah.
It sounds very interesting. What is the background? What is the history of this program?
So the history is that it came out in South Korea, yes, and there is a long background of danjeon breathing in Asia, like I think in China it's called tianjeon, and then in Korea it's called danjeon. But it's a lost history. We knew about it, but the continuum is kind of lost. It's just a legendary breathing. And then 38 years ago, Hanjo Handang kind of published the book of this practice, and then it kind of reestablished itself in a brand new form. So that's kind of the history of Seokmun Ho program.
Well, before I really have some understanding about this program, and Dr. J and I dive into your first first level class, and with everybody in the nicer community at Assisi High to get a feeling of that breathing technique. It quite different from what I envisioned. So yeah, so would you be able to guide our audience to understand that what does it look like when they go practice in the beginning? What does it take? Does that require any physical limit, strength in order to do that? Is that for everybody?
Yeah, breathing is for everyone. Breathing is something embedded in us that we already know. When a person is a baby, if you see them breathe, they automatically do lower belly breathing. Look at a newborn baby. They do a slow lower belly breathing, and then as we age, we kind of the modernization and the busyness make the sympathetic and parasympathetic balance unbalanced, and eventually we start to the breathing goes up. We call that going up, and eventually happens in the chest. Then you become short-breathed, and then you don't have the full capacity of the natural breathing. So we're kind of recovering back by centering yourself at the seokmun danjeon, and then naturally lowering down the breathing. So it starts with a gentle exercise. So anybody can join, especially me. I didn't like any exercise, and then I only wanted something very easy and comfortable and effective. And this program provides with a very short period of time, because breathing is so fundamental. It affects your not only oxygenation, but the cardio function, but also the brain function too. So it gives that natural awakening of your original body's function. So anybody can do it. They can join in. first time I just fell asleep a lot during breathing. Because the first step, level 1, is not only centering your tanjan, but it's learn how to relax. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've been
So
doing a very good job about that.
Yes, everybody
yeah,
knows.
yeah. So when I first joined, I would relearn how to relax through this
Mhm.
program,
Mhm.
and that kind of make you sleepy and go kind of. But it was very easy to start. Yeah.
It's
So you
very,
just need a yoga mat, like
yeah.
a carpeted area, and then we have online programs to join in
Mhm.
person too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from what I learned, I'm not a frequent practitioner, a person to practice that, but I know that every time when I join the practice, I feel a calm and very relaxing. So my first experience at the join the group practicing
Mm.
was it kind of guide us through a recording, and there are like 12 postures, and
Postures, yeah, 12
each
postures, yes.
and each posture lasts for 2
2
minutes.
minutes, yes.
And it wasn't, for the first level, it was not hard. I think it's much easier than yoga I have been through. I have to admit that. So
Yeah.
but as you mentioned, through that experiment, I feel like, wow, this is amazing. Because when with a different posture, you feel like your body actually being forced to breathe in specific area. And
Mm.
that's why I say it's different from what I understand in terms of breathing in, breathing out, because as you mentioned that when we grow older, that we kind of unless we intentional to learn how to breathe
Mm.
from the abdominal area. Otherwise, I was thinking about, what do you mean? I'm breathing. That's why I'm alive.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
here? But we
yes.
are very shallow in the lung area. And
Mm.
now, after several months of practice, including some other qigong practice that I have
Mm.
involved, I found that it is naturally that when I breathe, it be able to trigger the
You can learn to do lower belly breathing and you feel the
immediately.
benefit. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Immediately. So I don't need to use my brain to think, hold on, how do I tell my belly to breathe instead of the chest?
Yes, yes,
That's really
yes, yes,
amazing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yeah.
I
Yeah,
also, yeah.
go ahead.
One
Yeah.
thing I do want to mention is I also see some people, they have a mobility challenges.
Mm.
So how
Mm.
do you help those people to participate the breathing?
Yes, we had that challenge too because when we launched the program in USA, Minnesota, a lot of elderly people joined in.
Mm,
So the good thing is some posture might not fit for everyone. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
so there are alternative postures, especially we're not doing this exercise to injure anyone. So this exercise is actually um, you learning your body too, right, by doing it. Yeah, some postures it's easy, some posture is challenging. By doing that, you learn your body how you can move and what's safe for you. So the many instructors, very long history, we have an alternative posture too if those happens. So sometimes people have back problems, sometimes people have
mm-hmm,
knee problem, then kneeling is sometimes
mm,
challenging, or even culturally. Yeah, in Asia, crossing your legs is very common culture, but in US it's not. So we have alternate posture to ease up and bend, but also give them a challenge too, not like just say no, a gentle challenge to try it out in a safe way. Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So if they can keep up, what are the key benefits of this breathing practice for their physical and mental health?
Yeah. For me, out of the 15 levels, the initial levels are focused on the body. Yeah. So a lot of stretching, a lot of movement. So the initial part is harmonizing your body first.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next level focusing on the emotion and energy flow. Yeah. So you start to learn about how energy flows in your body, and then how emotion interact with the outside world. And interaction, kind of, you learn yourself more. And then eventually, after you go through the body and emotion, then you start to tap into spirituality. But this spirituality is beyond just emotional comfort or calmness. It's more tapping to divinity, who you truly are, what's your true potential, and why are you here? That fundamental question. But that only happens after the body training, and then energy and motion training. And then finally, we start to tap into that. So it has a systematic, stepwise, easy program to follow. But eventually, the body harmonize your body harmonize your emotion. As your emotion harmonize, you can eventually kind of find your true essential self. That's kind
Wow.
of the how the program is designed by the original, yeah, Seokmun Tomun.
Mm.
Mm.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mm.
And how does it differ from the regular breathing or other relaxation practice like yoga?
Good
Because
point.
I have tried some breathing programs before, and every time I try to follow their instruction, my heart beats faster because I was so anxious. Am I keeping up the rhythm? Am I doing it right? Am I counting it correct? Did I skip a beat? So the more I do it, the faster my heart beats. So how is this different?
Yeah, yeah. I think there's many wonderful and beautiful practice out there, and each practice, in my point of view, I'm learning too. I'm by exposing, because I only did Sungmun Ho. So when I meet another person doing other practice, I try to learn how they do it. And what I feel is each practice has a different, slightly different goal. Yeah.
Mm.
So, and then a beautiful goal, and really optimize for that goal. Seokmun Ho is starting from breathing. So the Seokmun is the acupuncture point in your lower belly, and Ho is the sound of exhale, Ho, and then Hup is the sound of inhale. So Ho means breathing. So Seokmun Ho program is really focusing on the breathing at the beginning. So I think that's something uniquely different. Other programs do breathing, but we really focus on the breathing and optimize everything for the breathing. So I think that's unique. Another unique thing is that you center yourself first, like you center yourself at the Seokmun point by grounding that centerness, and that takes like 6 to 1 year, like level 1. So it's a very, very stable process. But once you center yourself and find your original breathing, you can fundamentally change yourself because you have the power of that breathing. So I think those are the unique things. And then the third unique thing I liked is, after a while of a practice, it gets boring. And modern people, yeah, like, could not handle boring stuff. So the beauty, I think, I liked it. That's why I personally kept on to it, is it has different levels.
Mm.
So by the time you're like so used to it and gets a little bit yeah, like oh, I mastered this level, then there's another level that's interesting, and then it's very step by step. So that level system was something I liked. Yeah, those three things I liked. Yeah, that seems unique than other programs. Yes.
So do people have to go up to the upper level to get the benefits?
No, each level has its own completeness. Yes. Yeah. So level has its own goal. So level 1 is forming the danjan, the centerness in your body, and then having your breathing happening in the Seokbun danjan. So when you complete level 1, you are almost getting close to that achievement. So each level you'll have its own benefit. Like level 2 is accumulating. Once you form the reservoir of water, then level 2 is accumulating energy at that reservoir. Then you start to able to use it more in your body. So less tiredness, you can have more strength to do more things. So each level has its goal, and it has its own benefit.
So you have been very passionate about forming the communities around the health activity. So why you think the group practice is so important?
Yes, in the Seokmunhoop term, the members, fellow practitioners, we call them doban. Do is like Tao, the path, the way. Yeah, yeah. And ban is a fellow friend. Yes. So we call them doban. So it's everybody's walking their own path. Yeah. So they're finding who they are, and then expressing who they are in this world and interacting in their world. So everybody's walking their path. So we call this all these members toban, meaning that it's a companion walking the path of finding who they are. So I think the beauty of that is some levels are challenging, some levels are easy. So we can learn from each other, we can encourage each other, but eventually you're finding yourself, you're finding your own way, who you are. So it's eventually individual, your own path, who you are finding, but we're walking together. So that's, I think, the benefit of a companion and fellow members. So it's a little bit easy to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just that.
Or like if somebody's level 10, you get a hope. If that person can do it,
You do it.
I can do it. Yeah,
That's
something
true.
like that. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes it's a little bit peer pressure. No, but it's a self-paced. I like the way that it's self-paced, and
It's self-paced. Yes.
you
Yes.
can learn a lot of things within yourself, and it's
Yeah.
your self-growth. So, yeah, it's just as you mentioned, there is several levels up there that you can see that there are couple ladders you can climb up.
Mm, mm.
Okay, so so then do you find that how long you have been forming the practicing group in Rochester?
It was after COVID. Oh, yeah, like when COVID hit, I knew people needed this because I was getting less affected by COVID because of the breathing function. So when the pandemic started and then start to little bit temper down, I got help from the Seokmun main center to launch online program. And then,
Oh.
yes, that online program really made us help start during the pandemic. And then when it's slowly up. So that's 5 years ago, or yeah,
2020 is a pandemic.
yes,
2020 is a
yes,
pandemic.
yeah,
Yes.
5 years ago, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how does practicing breathing together help them feel connected and supported?
Yes, 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 yes. I think it gives encouragement to each other, especially like we're doing a practice. So let's say you're learning a single how to draw something or how to make something, but because everybody's doing the same thing, or at least had done the same thing in that level, each person has their own know-how, experience, and achievement. So everyone becomes a teacher in that level. So when we do it together, we kind of bring in hope. And when there's hope, there's positivity. When there's positivity, you can have passion to do something. So you have a dream, a kind of goal, and hope, and positivity and a passion leading on. So it has a positive cycle when those people, when common people meet up and do easy exercise, but reach to a more fundamental goal. I think that's the beauty of doing the practice together. Yeah.
I think it all depends on your people there. I still had trauma from elementary school art class, how the teacher and other students look at my drawing.
Yeah. But we don't judge. Because even in our practice, there's a time called checkup. So the grandmaster joins in once a month and give you feedback how your level is. So some initial people get annoyed that you're getting judged by it, but it's not really. It's objective feedback. So to encourage oneself. So we don't judge anyone. It's giving a guideline or advice how to do your own practice better. So we don't compare. The fundamental philosophy of it is do not compare with others. You find your original self by finding within, not by comparison. So don't worry about your drawings.
You could be a rabbit or a turtle.
Yes, you could be a rabbit or a turtle. Yes, I was a turtle for a very long time, and then I became a rabbit now. But yeah.
Well, since Lotus House Foundation Rochester Clinic emphasize on the whole person approach,
That's
lifestyle
beautiful. That's
medicine.
why we love you working with you. Yes.
So, with the 6 health pillar, nutrition, movement, connection, distress, sleep, and also to finding a passion, how you see this breathing technique and this community nicely incorporate everything together or some of them together in a wonderful kind of a way that you actually create a beautiful community through this health pillar.
Yes. I heard about Rochester Clinic very long time ago. A lot of really, one of the members are a great fan of you too. And then Lotus Health Foundation, tapping onto those 6 pillar, I think it's hitting the core. It's very fundamental, and the effort you guys are doing is very practical and very able to make it fun. Yeah, so I think we're on the same path, the breathing practice. Although we're just doing breathing, it does eventually hit to sleeping, how you eat, how to manage stress. Yeah. So it has that harmony with breathing. And I think that fits very well in a harmonious way. So while finding those pillars in your life, breathing practice could be a very easy add-on and then a harmonious practice. And it could be done by with other practice too. So or other exercise too. So I think it fits very well, and that's why the connection with Rochester Clinic and Lotus Health Foundation and we meeting up is just meant to be.
Well, I think one is you touch the sleep in the beginning relaxation stage. You need to make sure how you find help your body to relax. So sleep, and then you form a community. Everybody work together to inspire each other. And you find your passion, why you want to do this, right?
Yes.
But one thing very unique is about the nutrition. Can you tell us about the nutrition part? How that get connected with our whole food plant-based nutrition concept?
So that's an interesting study. I loved meat, so now I'm almost a vegan, and my relatives get surprised of when they hear, because I was only I would always crave for hot dog, and then chicken and steak, and I was a meat eater. And one interesting thing happens by this progress is it eventually washes out all the toxin in your body. Yeah. And it's not that the meat is bad, but the procedure, how they make the meat, the energy that's embedded in there, and then the commercialization and the process involved in there has some fundamental influence in your spirituality in that component. So during the practice, I tapped in multiple times, try to become a vegetarian. I would fail. Like after 3 months of no meat, I would suddenly crave and then just eat a bunch of meat. Yeah. But eventually, when your body harmonizes and your emotion harmonize, and then you start to tap into spirituality, automatically you look for a better food or a more fundamental green source, and then the vegetables and the beans and everything already possess everything we need to do, and you slowly realize that. And then I think you were doing that too. So naturally, interesting, we don't know the mechanism, but naturally you become a vegetarian, and naturally you become a vegan. But you don't have to do it, because time will come when you slowly enjoy that. And eventually, another fundamental thing I feel is that's a human touch, how you make it too. Yeah, food is not only the material being fresh, but what mind and mindset you make it.
Right.
Yeah. So you really teach a lot how to make it fun and happy, and I think that taps into me too. That is also energy. So in a big picture, eating is also breathing too, because it's the external energy coming in, the earth energy comes in by eating, and then we also, in a long term, get rid of it in our body. So it's a cycle of inhale and exhale. Food is also energy too, of nutritions and earth energy coming in, and then becoming you, and then eventually waste product coming out. So that's, I think, the link, how food eating could be a component of a bigger picture of breathing. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest takeaway I have today.
Yeah.
Eat more. Practice breathing less.
Well, no, my takeaway from here is, listen, well, Paul, this is so inspiring, because I believe when you prepare the food with a positive energy, with a love, you picture who are the people you are preparing the food for. And you infuse such a loving energy, positive energy, and that actually it's a healthy, become an even healthier ingredient for anybody who consume it. So another thing is, you also realize that we have a pharmacy as a community garden.
Yes.
Now you help me look into our garden is so precious, because all the volunteers, especially Dr. J, staring at every single seed and watch them grow every day. So with that intensified love, the watermelon grew from our garden definitely is sweeter than anyone else. So make sure you reserve. Yes, it's very intensified, loving watermelon and vegetables.
And May will write numbers on each watermelon. No, we're keeping track of
And then you gave me the squash. and it was so delicious. Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
very
a soup
sweet.
with it. Yes,
Oh, yeah, great.
yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's very joyful.
Mm,
Wow, I love the food part. So this
mm,
really
mm, mm,
inspire me.
mm.
So
Yeah.
we talk about food addiction, but what I want to talk about that is you want to practice. There is a habit. You have to form the habit to practice.
Mm,
Uh,
mm.
how you encourage people? What do you have any tricks for people to form this habit to practice every day or at least
Yes,
most days
yes,
of the week?
Yeah.
yes. That's a fundamental key function to change. In order to truly change, you have to form a habit. And we
Mm.
call it mind and mindset. The mindset, mind is the passion to try to do something, but the mindset is you're already doing it your daily life. That's a habit part, the system part that is embedded in you. And habit takes a while. Like anybody can do some practice for a few days, but in order to make it as a system and a habit, it takes a while. So the Seokmunho philosophy is same as breathing. Take tiny step, tiny, easy, doable step. Nothing hard. We lower our standard down and first see yourself as it is. Yeah, we don't jump right away. The whole practice start with where am I at right now, objectively, and then add on a tiny step and an easy goal. That could be just breathing. Yes, just do a lower belly breathing. Sometimes you fall asleep. Sometimes you can focus on your Seokbundanjeon. And then when you add those things, it gives you kind of a positive cycle. Oh, this is easy to do, not very challenging. Yes. And then when that positive cycle piles up, after looking back 6 months or 1 year, you definitely see a big change. But month to month, week by week, it's going to be almost, oh, this, I don't, sometimes I feel something, but sometimes I almost feel I'm going back to my old self. But after that small habit program, so I think you need a system and a program helping you to find that small habit to grow. And then you need that communion, tobans to kind of, oh, if that person is doing it, I can do it kind of positive too. So those are the beauty of starting the small step and a tiny, and know how precious that is too. Sometimes we make a goal, a big goal, and we ignore all the small, tiny steps, but we start with tiny steps and find how valuable those are. And I think that philosophy helped me to change myself. Yeah.
So I think the takeaway is number one, you need to have your passion. No, you need
Yes.
to be
Yes.
motivating yourself. You need to have that
Yes.
desire to do it.
Yes.
And number two, you need to have a good system.
Yes.
A
Yes.
good system. And number three is you need to have good companion, good
Yes.
community to help
Yes.
you. No,
Yes.
a lot of people know this, that if you improve 1% every day, after 365 days, you can improve actually 37 times. That's
Yes. Yeah.
But it's easy to say in the paper, but you want to do it every day. But
Right.
just like you said, that the passion, the system, and the
Yes.
community, that's a very
Yeah.
good system.
And then, and the beauty is breathing a cycle. So sometimes you go up, but sometimes you go down too. Yeah. So when you go down, you just have to inhale, and sometimes that's a challenge. Like let's say you try to become a vegetarian, and then you suddenly craved meat, and then you just became gobbled it up. Yes, then you just restart back up. It's okay. Breathing is like that. It's you come down sometimes and just you learn how to start back. Make every day a new day. So that's kind of another philosophy breathing has. Make one step at a time, every day a new day. So forget about yesterday, forget about the future. Just this moment, do a tiny effort to try it again. Yeah.
I want to also bring up one of my observation with this breathing group, and also the wonderful breathing center in Andong, South Korea. So the Grandmaster and other practitioner instructors, they have different name. They really look after every person who practiced there. And the same as in Rochester location, I know you and your team try very hard to bring that training or the practice to Rochester, to make the participant feel comfortable. And from my personal feeling, it's like, wow, somebody watching after me to correct my posture, give me some tips and remind me of which area I can improve. This in-person connection is way far different from the internet virtual learning. I think that, even though in the past during the pandemic time, the isolation is a way to keep everybody safe for a certain period of time, but I feel it's so precious whenever we have opportunity to hang out with a group of great people, mentor, and to be on this health journey. We take it one day at a time. Make it every day. I'm going to, recap what you say. Make it every day a new day, and don't take it for granted. You never know how long that you can have this kind of human connection that we feel very connected and truly very inspiring. So that is the tremendous value that a lot of the time it's hard to kind of translate it in language. So I wanna kudos to what your people do, and that is a great work to help this world to become a more loving environment and to create more caring heart.
That's exactly why our podcast is really emphasized one step and one bite at a time. So, what changes have you seen in people who have practiced this regularly and for a period of time?
So usually the first change that happens is a physical change, because you're moving your body, and respiratory has that function to in oxygenation and CO2 release. It also has a function to balance autonomic function. And then we recently understanding that it's affecting the cerebrospinal fluid flow, which is crucial for waste product. So the initial step people feel is those functions, body, you're harmonizing your body. That's initially what people feels. Yeah, so that's what I felt first. Fatigue reducing, and then having a little bit more clear mind. Those were the benefit I had. Yeah, but the benefit is a little bit different people by people. Yeah, but generally it starts from body. Yeah.
So you brought up that research you just published an article last month. So do you want to get into detail some about that? Because we know the breathing is related to the sensing of carbon dioxide concentration in the brain. And how is that your breathing, now take a long breathing instead of short, shallow breath, how would that impact the brain and in terms of cognitive health, Alzheimer's, that?
Good point.
Yeah. We knew that breathing helps autonomic balance, and you already know about that. When you do a slow, deep breathing, it triggers a parasympathetic where you calm it down. We knew about that, but the new finding we have is breathing makes a pressure difference in your chest chamber. So within your chest, when you're doing a slow, deep breathing using your diaphragm, then the chest chamber pressure changes. And within the chest chamber, there's not only the lung, but there's also the heart. So it helps venous return, the blood coming down to the heart. When the chest chamber becomes negative pressure by that slow, deep breathing, it helps that venous return come down better. And that volume change in the brain makes the other liquid, the cerebrospinal fluid liquid, move as that change happens. And that cerebrospinal fluid is a key source to getting rid of waste product. The proteins that your brain is very active, so it produces a lot of waste product, and it has a different system than our body. It's isolated in this skull and the spine. So the CSF is a crucial component to wash it out. And breathing, we found out that the breathing is doing that. And not only that, we compared the Seokmun practitioners who not practice, and there were more than 20% difference in their CSF net flow and circulation. So that's a surprising result we found out. Yes.
Because when we talk about the waste removal, we usually talk about the lymphatic system coming from the neck going up to the brain. And now your cerebrospinal fluid is coming from the back. So are they connecting with each other?
Yeah, theoretically connects because lymphatic system is driven by the CSF flow. However, lymphatic system has more complex mechanism how to remove the waste product, and our study is not tapping into that yet, and did a study to really prove if the breathing practice is helping the waste product yet. But the fundamental source of what drives that waste product is the CSF flow, and we proved that part. So we have to do a step-by-step study, eventually see if the respiratory function is playing a crucial role in lymphatic and then in waste product management. Then we're working on that right now. Yeah.
That's exactly what we talk about, one step, one bite at a time. We start from simple practice to this high-tech research.
Yes. Yeah.
So we also, I know there are so many wisdom from this practice and technique, and also incorporate a lot of ancient, the culture from ancient China, and the grandmaster from the original founder from Korea. So it combined a lot of strengths together. Definitely, I think maybe another episode we should dive into further a specific component to talk more about it. I know that you also involved with the Rochester Clinic Notice Health Foundation, the Brain Health Community Project, and that's a three-course series. So you are going to present on February's episode that is scheduled for February 17th. That's a Monday. Monday. So we will put 16th. A link right.
February 16th.
February 16th, sorry. February 16th, that's a Monday. At 1:25 live. We also will have a clean food, brain food as a food sample to share. So we are so excited to
And then you're going to do some breathing, program.
Yes. Together. And so you are going to present the theory, but also you're going to guide some practical practice.
Yes, practice together. Yeah.
Wow.
So what's your dream of creating healthier community through this simple, accessible practice?
Yes. I'm learning more that our body is a beautiful system. It's made in a very harmonious way, and it's balanced very well. So I think the breathing practice is adding on to that philosophy, finding your true potential of your body and then developing it. So we wrote a terminology, and this is coming from the Seokmun Sasang book, restoration technology. So we think this is a fundamental technology to develop within yourself and making yourself, and then eventually driving or having a force to fundamentally change and find yourself. So that's my goal, to help people to gain knowledge of learning who they are, and then having to learn the fundamental power to discover who they are through breathing. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, that you are going to conduct our workshop.
Yes.
In February.
Great honor. Thank you for the invitation. Yes.
Oh, you're very welcome. And you will also present at our annual
Gala.
symposium gala.
Yes.
April.
Yes.
And
that's a beautiful gala. Yes. Thank you for launching that. Yes. Every year. Yes.
Thank you. And we also have the weekly practice at Assisi High.
Yes. Yes. Every Friday, 2:30 at Sunroom, we meet up at Assisi Heights to do practice. Yes.
Okay. So how can listener connect with you or learn more about your work or joining the practice?
Yes. They launched in US now. We have organizations, Seokmun Domun Association USA. I'm helping out to and they're launching to become a nonprofit organization, and it's with a beautiful passion to teach Seokmun Hope to members in the US. So feel free to join online and then in person too. We can give you some information how to connect. But we also have a book too. It's now translated in English too. So you can find the Seokmun Ho book in Amazon. Yeah. I didn't wrote it. It's not me writing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can connect with Seokmun Hope Association USA and then try it out. It doesn't matter where you live. If you're in Rochester, you join up. We also have a meeting at St. Paul, so you can join up there. But if you live anywhere, join up online. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask whether learning Korean is necessary.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll leave the link here. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. May, do you have any questions?
No, I think it's about time that we wrap up the episode.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Min. So thanks for joining us on Healing Step to Wellness. I'm Dr. J.
I'm May.
Guiding you toward whole person health, one step
and one bite at a time.
See you next time.
Great honor.
Yeah. Thank you for coming.